Now, if that was the mirror, I'm gonna be very sad. I'm very sad now because of that. Hopefully Frog is just sitting right here. If Frog's sitting right here, we're good. Yes! Uh-oh. How did I not die? Oh, no, there I died. Oh, yes, cheese strats. What did I do? Did I break the boss? I guess you can't do that. Don't shoot at me. No, I said don't shoot at me. Because you have to get ready to, get ready for blind and everything. Oh man, I missed my duck. That's all X is good for. Is using his small size. Oops. Yeah, sure, I insult X and then I hit spikes. That's just how it works. Oh jeez, get out of my way. That's where all the trolls were. I don't even know what I just did there. That was it? This is usually the part where I started dying. Yeah, like that. That was exactly it. I don't think I've actually posted a speedrun time for that, but I did time it, and I want to say my best time on that was like 26 minutes. Haha, you tried to shoot me, but you couldn't. I missed again. Right after taunting. Go! Okay, so now I can die at the boss. This is farther than I expected. Oh, well, there, you gotta jump there, don't ya? But Contra's so fun. Made it? Nope, guess I didn't make it. Alright. Oh no. Biscuits. So Paradox Cave had lots of defense. Hey, good evening, happy Wednesday, welcome to camp. Welcome in Jacob, Heather, Keith, Game Pro Fun. Hope you're all having a great Wednesday. Hope the storms miss you fun. That does not sound good. I've got a friend that lives in Kansas also, and he works for one of the big power companies there, and it's this season is very, very busy for him. Goalie celebrates his 80th birthday. Oh, the ring! At least that's what I think of when I see someone pops out of the TV. So as you might be able to tell right now, we have a NES advantage here. A NES Max, not advantage. I'd rather be using the advantage. This is quite possibly the worst controller I have ever used in my life. I did do a little, like, I turned on the game and I moved. I'm trying to only do it using the red pad. The black pad on the outside, this outer ring here, works pretty well. But the little red one in the middle is awful. So that means we are going to try to finish this with the awful red pad. I already can't move to the right. Let me move to the right. Left works pretty well, but right does not. That's gonna be a problem. I'll try to angle it a little bit here. Yeah, just go to the right, Mark. No, you gotta duck too. This controller is not responsive. You know what? I might just let whoever that is die. Yeah, that's not Crissy, so... Oh no, we should try to save people. Even if it is Laura. Go up. Oh, this is gonna be miserable. And he's gonna be attacking George shortly here, too. No, go down. Now go up. How did they think this was a good idea? Like, in what world is this a decent controller to use when it doesn't even listen when you turn or try to hit a button? Oh, there is? I do love the ring. Hey, Snake, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Welcome in, Brawly. Hope your Wednesday's going well. I mean, maybe with this, I will give myself turbo buttons. Just because I'm using the most trash controller ever. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do cabin fights with this. Because this thing does not respond when I'm already sitting in like, when I'm on a path. Oh wait, I'm hitting the turbo button there. I'm not hitting the A and B. I was hitting turbo. I was tapping turbo like it was a normal button. Welcome in Dimension X. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. I'm still hitting the turbo button while I'm jumping. No, go down. Well, this is the only NES Max that NES Max that I have. And the goal is to actually finish this game with this horrendous excuse for a controller. And then I can actually get into something a little more fun, like not using a NES Max. Alright, I guess we're gonna see if I can actually dodge in a cabin with this thing. Hey Australia, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Right now it's just trying to finish the game with a NES Max. That's not gonna work. Oh, it did! That zombie was on the screen just long enough. Up. Yeah, this is by far the worst controller I've ever used, and it's not just this specific one either. I played this with the NES Max at Chaser's house in April, and it was the same thing. You know what? I'm not even gonna try dodging. Welcome in, Dig Duggy. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Yeah, the buttons themselves aren't a problem. It's this red thing right here. Because it does not respond to button presses very well. Like, you have to really hammer on the thing. I should probably try to find, Oh, goody. Where's Crissy? It's all the way over there. We're gonna put Mark in the line of fire here. Normally you wouldn't do that, but Mark's health is so low. Actually, that's an idea. Debbie, you're gonna leave. I don't actually have a functioning power glove, so that could be really terrible, which would be bad, but I don't know if it can be like I've used the ring here. The black one works really well, but the red one does not. Welcome in, Cream. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. This is definitely a good day. No door block. Okay, good. Wow, this turbo is pretty slow. I was kind of expecting the... Uh-oh, that was really close. Almost got that knife. I was expecting the turbo would be a little faster, but it's really doesn't do anything. All right, George. Oh, yep, well, there's one. I should not have tried to do a fancy jump there with the controller that does not respond to D-pad use. There we go. I have an 8-bit due for, it's like a PlayStation 2 controller that's, it's fine. I prefer an Xbox controller to that, but I'm really excited just to get back to my good old-fashioned dog bone. Dog bone is where it's at. At least to me. Dog bone and then brick if I don't have a dog, if I can't use a dog bone. Okay, just run. Stop jumping into zombies. We need to conserve our health. No door blocks, good. Come back here. There we go, day one. Yeah, I've got, I think 3 dog bone. I've got at least 2. I think I have 3 that are functioning right now. All right, so we can go over here. Mark actually has 2 vitamins. So maybe now we switch back to Mark. No. You're supposed to pass, change. Move Crissy. No door blocks. Good. That was 9. He's gonna be in there. We're not gonna worry about that. Not gonna do a cabin fight if I don't have to. No, follow him! Uh-oh. Got him! Hey Zero, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. This is a dog bone controller. It's the one that came with the top loading NES. And those are so good. Well, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. All right, so how do I want to do this? I don't think I'm going to be able to dodge properly on day 2 or day 3. Actually, hold on. This might be okay. No, give me that. Where is it? That might have been very costly, but I might be able to actually do this before he gets to the kids. Get down there. Okay, we're fine. I should actually pick Crissy here. She's got the throwing arm. Go down! Okay, we're fine. I got 3 vitamins. We're gonna get him before he kills the kid. He gets to the kids. What is wrong with the camera for the... Oh, it's just not showing me pressing the button very well. I thought the camera on my hands was lagged. but it was actually doing it. Yeah, I did not want to do cabin fights anymore. I did that one on day one. Oh, that sucked. I am glad this is done because I don't want to use a Nest Advantage, Nest Max ever again. Oh, thank you so much, Tenebris. Yeah, this game is an obsession of mine. I've been playing it since I was 7 years old, and I started getting really into it when I learned that Jason follows a set route around camp. That kind of changed everything for me. Thanks for the GGs, Brawly, Jacob. But yeah, we're done with that. I can put this piece of garbage away. And we can plug in this. Thanks to the GG Sunseeker, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Wednesday. Beans. Holy buckets, thank you so much for the 5 gifted, Jacob. Much appreciated. Why is the alert not playing? Uh-oh. What'd I do? There they go. Welcome in Kara, Bulba, Gonzo, Alabama, and Joshua. Enjoy your early access to videos. Enjoy the emotes. Enjoy the counselor badge, courtesy of Jacob. I guess, do I want to keep the controller cam on? Well, no, I can't, because then I won't be able to display what the challenges are. So we're gonna say goodbye to controller cam. Where is it? Where is controller cam? What? There it is. Okay, bye to controller cam. We will enlarge the cabin dance again. And now we will get ready for the wheel. Hey Alec, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Yeah, usually I just like to do the controller cam when it's like a first time challenge for a specific controller. Like if it pops up on the wheel, I don't do that because that's a lot of goofing around back and forth with a camera that's really not worth much of anything. Just put you back over here for now. All right, so the wheel. Why is the wheel not up? Oh, that's right. I accidentally minimized everything, so that's probably what the issue is here. All right, so wheel spins. What we do with the wheel is we spin it twice, and we try to get a combination of challenges that will match up and we can do as a pair. Because that's a lot. Doing like single challenges really, no, they'll just stop being difficult. But sometimes you get a really fun pair of challenges with the wheel here, so we're gonna do that. And there is a one, what is it? It's a +1, so if that one happens, instead of 2 challenges, we do 3. Where is... Oh, that's how I'm in the wrong scene. That's the problem here. So yeah, looking for pairs of challenges we can do here. Let's see what it gives us first. Nest Advantage, of course it does. That's just lovely. All items and Nest Advantage. All items. Technically, Nest Advantage was the one on top, but I guess that really does not matter. Why are you trying to change? Oh, there we go. All right, let's try to get these lined up a little better. All right, so unfortunately, the dog bone is getting unplugged again. So we'll set this off to the side. And we're gonna plug in this lovely thing. The Nest Advantage. Actually, I'd much rather use a Ness advantage than the quick shot. First time. All right, let's see which. Looks like we got to set that to player 1. Move that over. Let's scoot the keyboard up a little bit so I can actually try to hold this in place. Oh, that's right. We also have to do one other thing. Get the cord out of the way of the mouse. We also have added another little layer of pain to these, and that is I let a random generator select the counselor that I'm going to be using. And for this one, we are using Paul. This is going to take a while, because Paul has to get a... Oh boy. Paul has to get a flashlight. Paul has to beat Pamela on day 2 and 3. That's not great. Yeah, Laura with the Ness advantage, also not great. Let's see, Paul needs 4 kills to start spawning items. I apologize for how loud the Ness advantage is. It makes a lot of noise. I noticed that when I was going through to edit a different video. I'm like, this thing is loud. Hey Chaser, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. It's Wednesday. You know what? We're just gonna let that counselor die. Paul is way too slow, so I don't think he can even make it there in time. So we're just, whoever that is, unfortunately for them, they're just gonna end up getting killed. We can't do anything about it. No, I was trying to click back into... I just accidentally opened BizHawk. Where is it? Close it. Yeah, I started when you pinned the message last week, I'm like, that is so useful. So I started pinning it. Pinning the day of the week. Welcome in, Atma. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Birkin versus Jason would be fun. Let's see. Actually, I want to get the axe right away. No, if I get the axe, it's going to downgrade me to the machete. Actually, here, there's an idea. Wait a minute. Did I just completely screw this up? I did this in the wrong order. Usually I'm picking different counselors for this, and I don't get everything with one person. Let's see. Okay, good. The axe is still on the floor. Okay, so we got knife. We still need a flashlight. We also need to get a machete. Actually, let's just cheese that. There should be a torch waiting for me in there. Wait, what am I doing? So we're gonna make it night. Then we're just gonna kill 60 zombies, get the machete that way. Then we're gonna walk into that cabin. Oh, yikes. Hopefully everything's okay there, Zero. Be safe. Hopefully you've got a nice sturdy building or like a underground, like a basement or something to go to. You know, there's bad weather all over the place tonight. We got really lucky. We were supposed to have really bad stuff, but we just got like a little bit of a mild thunderstorm with wind that was about 1/4 of the speed they said it was supposed to be. Hurry up and give me my... Oh wait, I hope that didn't just... that me going in there didn't mess up my torch. Well, that's good that you're safe at least. It's hard to, like, it's hard to know, like, some areas I guess don't... Well, like where my wife is from, not many people had basements there. Yeah, hopefully everything's okay down by you, Chaser. From what I heard, it was supposed to be a lot worse south of us here. You hurry up and give me a machete already. There we go. Okay, good. That's right, I still gotta get the... flashlight. So doing this a little out of order, but... Yeah, they even referenced that in Crystal Lake Memories about whether or not Deputy Winslow survived, and you can't dispute the numbers. Like, the numbers don't lie. Okay. This is fireplace number 2. So we'll run... Geez, that's a long way around to the other side of the lake. Don't want to jump here. There's a knife. But when we get over there, there should be another vitamin. And I want to collect all the vitamins I can, because Pamela on day 2 and day 3 with a slow counselor can be a lot of trouble. So at the start of day 2, maybe we grab the sweater and then go on. Well, once I get the sweater, there should be no issues. Hurry up, zombie, crow. There we go. Jason appears at 43 and 33 on the lake, so if that crow didn't hurry up... And unfortunately, some of the kids got it because Paul just can't move. He's so incredibly slow. This is so much easier to dodge. And this isn't even a good, like, this is still better than the quick shot. It's much more responsive along the D-pad, but you win for now. So they both ended up with good rolls at least. Ooh. You know what? If Jason's just gonna keep killing off other counselors, I'll let him. I have no problem gunning for fights to the death here if we get really lucky with this counselor loadout. Because this is really just all items, and using the Ness advantage, I don't have to keep everybody else alive if I don't want to. That is number 3. Plus, the nice thing about going in this direction is that we do run into another... There'll be another vitamin along the way here. I just walked right through that zombie. And that one. So now if we jump here, there's knives, and we don't want knives. So we're just gonna casually walk, ignore the screams from whoever's getting butchered over there. Yeah, there's some movies like that where you just, even if it, like, in some cases, like, I think in, for like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I remember reading that Sarah Michelle Gellar wasn't necessarily their first choice for Buffy. Or maybe she wasn't, I'm mixing that up with a different role. But it's like, you can't imagine someone else being that part. I know, like, a lot of people will say, Laurie Strode is always Jamie Lee Curtis, but I actually liked, crap, what was her name? Scout Taylor Compton, I think. I actually preferred her Laurie to, yeah, to Jamie Lee Curtis's. But I also do not, I am also generally not, I am not a fan of Laurie Strode. I prefer, Rachel and Jamie. Alright, we are one away. Hey, sweetie. How's your stretching going?
We didn't start that yet.
Yeah, Ed O'Neill as Al Bundy is a perfect example. Yeah, look at the giant Stitch. Oh, and listen to the Goo Goo Gaga.
I get another pineapple.
Look at that. Look at the avatar there. It's a giant Stitch.
I get another squishy pineapple.
Why do you get another squishy pineapple?
Because I traded it with Troyan. Oh.
You traded it?
Yeah, sissy.
Why did you trade? You two. Why are you two doing all these big elaborate squishy trades?
A balloon squishy and a mini dumpling.
Why do you two need to do all of these squishy trades?
Because, but I'm getting another one.
You're getting another one?
Yeah, I'm getting another pineapple.
Why are you getting another pineapple?
Because that was my favorite squishy.
Then why, if it was your favorite squishy, why did you trade it?
Because I wanted to give it her friend. Yeah.
Well, why don't you see if she'll give it back? She's your sister.
I asked. So, mommy's buying.
Well, why don't your mom or I talk to your sister and see if she's willing to let you trade the pineapple squishy back?
Nah, I'd rather have the dumpling and balloon squishy and pineapple. But the pineapple's coming.
Oh, so it's already been July.
Yeah, it's coming in July. It's coming in July.
And it's that far back?
It's a squishy, of course it is.
Just see if your sister will trade back, and then she can have the pineapple when it gets here in July.
No.
And don't trade away your favorite squishy. I love you. Sleep good, sweet dreams.
Okay. The Stitch changed.
Yeah, now the Stitch is hula dancing. There we go. Alright, so I think this is our last one before we get the flashlight, as long as I don't accidentally leave the room. Yep. Okay, so we've got all items now except for the sweater and the pitchfork. Yeah, squishies are serious business. And I don't necessarily get it. But like they trade, like the girls and their friends trade squishies like I used to trade baseball cards with friends. Like they've each got their tubs of squishies. The flashlight lights up the cave. You don't actually need the flashlight to see in the cave because there's, oh, well this actually works out really well. Rats. I didn't want to use two vitamins there, but... Oh, he's so far away. So yeah, we'll go into the cave here. And you'll see the cave will be all lit up because of the flashlight. Whereas if it's not lit up, you just kind of have to know where your various doors are that you can go into. Like, there's a little thing you can see on the ground in the cave and the rock pattern by your feet. That will kind of show you where you can go. But because Paul, if I had a fast counselor, we'd take the quick way to Pamela, but since I don't, we're gonna go to this one. Like, you see the rock patterns on the ground there? There's the one right in front of me here that kind of looks like it was broken a little bit. That tells you there's some place you can go in. Hey Chris, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Yeah, Scream is I love the Scream move. Like 1, 2, and 3 were some of my favorite things ever. Now it's like Scream kind of feels like it's going the same way Halloween did, where it's not so much about Scream, it's just the Sidney Prescott show. I mean, they did have the Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega, those two movies, but then it still ended up going right back to All About Sydney. Like, I guess it's, I kind of, like, I grew up with Friday the 13th, where you didn't get the same final girl in a Friday the 13th movie. They always changed. So even though a lot of those franchises do use the same characters over and over, to me it's like, well, why don't they just do it like Friday and switch them? That sounds like a good first date. Always good to see horror movies. Alright, well, the kids are toast, but and I think he's actually going by the cave, which we don't want. Oh, missed the vitamin by 1. Hey Chris, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Yeah, that's the only time you really see one of the previous survivor is in Friday 2 when Alice gets killed. Was he in the cave? Where was he? I don't remember where he was, what route he was on. Actually, I should grab some more vitamins here. I just gotta hope I don't run into Jason in the forest here. Because if I run into him in the forest, I haven't got the pitchfork yet. And that's a loss. Oh, that was the one I already got earlier, okay. Yeah, that was Mark. Mark had a great death. Andy's death in 3 was really cool too, where he was walking on his hands. I believe they shot that with a glass floor, if I remember right. Yeah, Crazy Rolf was, well, he was in 2, just not for long. Because he interrupts Jeff and Sandra when they're making a call on that old payphone. Alright, so he must be in the cave right now. So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna go this way. Yeah, we didn't get much here as far as storms went. Alright, perfect. They were supposed to be really bad. Like, we got... My oldest daughter was frantic because she got the alert on her phone, and she read severe thunderstorm warning as tornado. So she started, like, she brought her stuff downstairs, and she freaked out my youngest daughter because she's like, there's a tornado and I have to go. She was supposed to leave to go to physical therapy, but she didn't want to go because of the tornado, which wasn't a tornado. And it was a whole big ordeal. Yeah, we just had it was like, it rained, we had a little thunder, and like maybe 20-mile-per-hour winds, if even that. Oh, he looked like Larry Zerner? That was only 4. You know what? I have the sweater. We're just gonna stand still. 94 miles per hour? It's amazing how we didn't get anything like that here. Like, it was pretty bland for us, which I'm not gonna argue with. I don't want severe storms or anything, but alright, we're fine now. We got all items. We're just gonna go right here and wait in front of the lake, because no matter what Jason does, he always attacks the kids from the left side of the lake. Yeah, you'd think the pitchfork would be heavy, but yeah, just, I mean, I guess if they want to get really technical, yeah, tornadoes, high winds, but normal high winds are not going to toss a trampoline. They just probably wanted to not have to deal with insurance companies or something. Oh, modded PS2, hopefully that comes soon. Yeah, the pitchfork basically means whoever has it gets the crissy throwing arm. Like, even Mark and Laura, who both have historically bad throwing arms, can do wonders with a pitchfork. There. Got the screen facing the proper direction now, so the zombies will spawn in front of me on the right. Yeah, the pitchfork does the same. It's both 1 damage per bar. Same as the torch, but it can go through multiple zombies, it flies faster, and it doesn't have that weird little arc. Welcome in, Gunslinger. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Come on, Jason. We're waiting. This has taken longer than the entire NES Max. Hey, Malice, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Paul's got the sweater, Jason. You might as well just run away and die. Or just die that way. There was no chance you had. I had 9 vitamins. Oh, that's horrifying, Brawly. Thanks for the GGs, Chris. So there we go. We have a 1 challenge in. Thanks for the GGs, Brawly, Gunslinger. Whoops. All right, let's put the next advantage down. Usually I don't like to do repeat challenges unless it's something really fun, so probably won't be doing all items or NES Advantage again. So now we can plug in the proper controller, the dog bone, and hopefully use it for something tonight. Alright, so back to the wheel. What does the wheel want us to do next? Relay race. That's the first time that's popped up on the wheel. Ooh, okay. So relay race means whenever Jason attacks a counselor, we switch to that person and we pass the whatever weapon we're using on to them. So if Jason doesn't attack another counselor, we just keep using the same one. And afraid of the dark means we have to make sure it's night, which is something I tend to forget to do. I get so wrapped up in the other challenge it's paired with that I don't actually do the afraid of the dark part. But we do also need to pick our first counselor to start the relay race. And it's Crissy! And he's gonna be, there's a 75% chance he's attacking Laura here. Thanks for the GG's, Cream. But I just have to make it to Laura before she dies. If he's attacking her. Yep. I don't even know if Crissy can make this. Because that is the farthest place to get. That's like the worst cabin to have someone in, but usually there's a 75% chance that he starts, well, 50% chance that he starts right outside of the cave loop. Hey Draven, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Well, there's Revisited. But Revisited's kind of, well, yeah, I guess Revisited it's basically a remake. It's not like, well, I guess what's the definition of remake? Because it takes the graphics for this game, but everything else is completely different. Yeah, I don't know if 20 seconds is enough, even for Crissy. Oh wait, we should be fine. Crissy can do this. The main thing is that, well, Laura's actually going to basically be dead after this. So we've relay raced it to Laura. But now we just have to hope there's another counselor somewhere that I can pass this to. Because, like, if we get into a path fight with Laura, she's toast. At least right now. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool, like, you're just sitting there chasing him around with a squirt gun. I was gonna try to kick Crissy out, but we can't do that. Okay, you're not gonna give me the vitamin. We're gonna do the path fight, right? The cabin fight here. I'd love to see, like, I know with the Jaws limited run game, they expanded on it. And I'd really love it if they did the same thing with this. Like, if limited run does a Friday the 13th, and then they add stuff onto the game, like maybe, I know I say this every time this is discussed, the graveyard that was initially in the bottom left corner of the map, like put that back in there. That'd be pretty cool. I remember the whole thing, like, I think it was Cain that was like, what do you mean in, he was like, Jason shouldn't be afraid of water. When they did that with Freddy vs. Jason. Oh wait, that was really dumb. I have to wait for Jason to run away. Because if I went too far to the left here, he would have popped up there. Where is my vitamin? Oh, Laura doesn't have item spawns yet, that's why. It's like I wanted to grab a vitamin just in case, but now I also have to potentially deal with knife spawns when we jump. Yeah, the game was not being very kind here. And I'm gonna assume he's went through here and we can just start heading to the kids now. Yep. And it's dusk, so we can get the immediate buddy crow. Scroll the screen to the left if we want to go to the right. The game tries to put the crow in front of you, and then you can just use the crow to get nice and safe across the lake without any zombies or Jason coming up. Because Jason will normally appear at 43 and 33. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad this one started me as Crissy, but I should have known that Laura was going to be next up. MIDI, I had so many different MIDI, I had like so many game soundtracks in MIDI form, or however you pronounce it. Lousy, awful, uselessness. That does fit her very well. Uh-oh. No, that's fine. Oh, and there is a counselor there, so we will be... Oh, wait, no, I have to actually pass the baton. That's right, George is in charge now. All is right with the world. This will be the end of day one. Because every day can be up to 4 cabin fights. Well, will be 4 cabin fights. You can only do 7 bars of damage in a cabin fight unless it's a fight to the death. Oh, VG music! I forgot about that place. Okay, so George is here now. Oh, that's beautiful. He's gonna be attacking Mark. Actually, we can get a path fight in here. We're just gonna chill right about here. Jason will come through the South Forest and he'll appear right over here. George is getting in his exercise. There we go. Alright, so we got our 8 hits in. I forgot about making it dark. I said that earlier. It's right when this started. I was like, I always remember the one challenge, but I forget about making it dark. So we got to do Crissy again, because that's who it picked. Oh, that was terrible. I didn't even make it dark right away on day 1. How did I forget about it that quickly? Oh, that was awful. Hey, Silvers, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. There was definitely some masterful evasion. Hey, Case, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Ooh, fostering kittens. Yeah, hopefully everything goes well with that. They can be quite pricey. Oh, okay, he's on the forest route this time. So we should be able to make it there and back. This is basically the any percent. No real the only differences between day and night is the number of zombies that spawn. And I guess technically, like at dusk and night, wolves will come out in the forest like that. But like Jason doesn't change anything in the day. It's just as you enter and leave cabins, it's I believe 5 to get to dusk and then another 3 to get to night. And that just means more zombies come out. Like you'll get 3 at night, 2 at dusk, and 1 during the day. Oh yeah, we got plenty of time to make it to pass the baton here. Unfortunately, we do lose Crissy here, for at least temporarily. But Paul does hit... Actually, before we do that... We'll give Paul some healing. Oh, that's why I hate that people do that. Like, they shouldn't. You shouldn't do that to animals. Yeah, like Jason will always follow a set path. So once you know where he is the first time, if you know his route, you can basically you can hunt him instead. Like right now, he's on the forest route, so after this fight, I can pop into the map and kind of go over where he goes on the forest route. There we go. So when he's on the forest route, he'll go down, see if there's anyone else on his path. Rats. So he'll go up the right side of the map, he'll go all the way to the top, and he'll cut through the North Forest from the top. Then he'll come out through the other path in the cave loop. Then he'll move to the left on the map here, which is right when you're actually on the map, and he'll always attack the kids from the left. I think I can maybe get one. Okay, so we're gonna run now. Because one more path fight and we'll be stuck in a fight to the death. I did get 10 there, which was really good. Now we know Jason has no one else on his path, so he's gonna be cutting through the North Forest. So we're just gonna go and wait at the kids for him here now. Because if I die in a day one cabin fight against Jason, that's just pathetic, and I deserve to lose this challenge. Oh, I remember that. It was the first night we brought my family's cats, both of the ones we had growing up, and then Zelda and Lorelei. And that first night you brought them home, I think they get like nervous farts or something like that, and it was just hellacious. Hope you're having a good Wednesday, Jason. Yep, I have to put Wednesday up there, otherwise I'm constantly forgetting what day it is. Yeah, especially if you're trying to force a machete, changing it to night makes it so much faster, because you're doing 60 zombies during the day with a really slow respawn delay on the zombies. Oh, maybe this isn't a fight to the death. Versus nighttime, you get 3 on the screen at once, and they pop up pretty quick. So if I have to force a machete spawn, oh no, he was just 1 bar too short. In real life, I would not hunt Jason. That would end poorly for me. Now, if real life was like this game, then I would. But I feel like in real life, Jason would probably have a pretty large advantage. That could be it too. Ooh, we get to switch. Who is our new counselor? To end day 1. It's Mark. We like that. Because he's gonna be really useful if I can start getting, where are we? Okay, so he's on the cave route. That's good to know. I'm surprised there hasn't been, like, no one named, well, I mean, if someone their real name was Laura, given the meme in here and everything, they probably wouldn't say anything unless they understand what the meme is about. Yeah, this game it does a lot with chase mechanic. Oh no, we're gonna get stuck with George. Hurry, Mark. Cut him off. As much as I'd like to switch with George so he's attacking Mark again, we don't do that. Alright, so... Wait. I almost forgot again. I mean, I technically did, but we're just gonna do this here. Did he oh wow, so leaving the... That's interesting. I wasn't aware that leaving a cabin and coming back would change his spawn room. Learn something new all the... still learning things new about this game, which I like. Just got punched. Almost got punched again. I'm actually really excited for the new Fire Emblem game. I pre-ordered that earlier today. I should have enough health left to beat him. Never heard of Rummel Snuff. Sounds kind of like Snuffle Up, I guess, though. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so he will be attacking Debbie. I know it was, I believe, what movie was she in? She was in Friday, was it 5? No, it was 6. Debbie Sue Voorhees. I think she was in 6. Whoops, oh, that could have been a knife. That was almost bad. 5, okay. She played Tina, Eddie's girlfriend, I think. Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody. Wait. There we go. Almost forgot to do the relay race. You don't actually need to be in the same room as the other counselor, as was just seen. So here on day 3, or when he's going fast on day 2, you want to wait for him to leave the corner, and then you start your 2 dodges, and then you can hit him when he backs up. Otherwise, there is the long dodge method, where if you wait till he stops right in front of you, both his punches miss in theory, and then you can just do one throw as he backs up, and you hit him a lot easier, but he also hits you a lot easier. And now I can't just follow him and finish this on path fights. I mean, I'm gonna do this one here, but... Yeah, the long dodge, you have a 4-frame window to do the long dodge, which is 1/15 of a second. Ness Max already, that was the first thing we did, and it was horrible. Thankfully, I was able to cut Jason off before he got to the kids on day 3, because that would have just effectively been game over. But we literally dodged that bullet. Whoops. Yeah, that's part of the thing I like about doing these combination runs. There's so many different things that can happen. Uh-oh. It's not gonna work. Oh, it did! Really lucky zombie spawn there. Where the zombie was on the screen and blocked Jason. That's happened twice tonight. Usually that never happens at all. Unfortunately, my paranoia and inability to do path fights cost 2 of the kids. So next he'll go into the forest route. And we should only have one more battle to go here. I'll have to get to a cabin, see if there's someone he's gonna attack, or if I should just wait here by the lake. Yeah, those were the kids that nobody liked. Yeah, I wonder what happens with, like, well, any corpses in the game. Like, counselors or kids. Where does he take them? Does he take them? Because there's not anything, it's not like Revisited where there's corpses on the ground by Pamela. It's really hoping to hear a buzzer. But we didn't, so let's check to see if there's anyone else on the forest row. Okay, Crissy's all the way over there. But the counselors will move every 150 seconds of time where you're sitting on the map like this. So it is certainly possible that Crissy will actually move by the time Jason gets over there. And if she moves, then we're just gonna be waiting for the kids, but she didn't move. Wait, someone else moved. So we did have a counselor shift. Interesting. Yeah, Crissy's gone. So let's find out who's gonna be the final battle here. Yeah, I put that up there because I was constantly forgetting to say something too. It's a lot easier to automate stuff like that. Wait. You know what? I don't need the vitamin with George. We're fine. There's just gonna be 9 hits. Okay, maybe I shouldn't try to do long dodges here. There we go. That was early. I can't do the long dodge well when he's holding the machete for some reason. But the axe and the punch, I can generally do it. Well, not generally, but I have a much higher success rate. But the double dodge is just like, can do this in my sleep. All right, another one down. I used to play Mortal Kombat on an arcade cabinet at our local Pizza Hut. And I just did uppercuts and high punch, and that was all I knew how to do. Thanks for the GGs, Cream, Kyoto. Oh, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Fun, much appreciated. Enjoy the Crispin Glover dance. And the alerts work tonight. Alerts seem to never want to work here. Thanks for the GGs, Brawly. I don't know why Twitch alerts don't work. You'd think Twitch's own system would work a little better, but... All right, let's see what we got for next round. Thanks for the GGs, Jacob. Stone only, okay, one of my favorites. Oh! I don't know how this pairing keeps coming up so much. Stone only perfect game. We are attempting the God Run. I am so excited about this. I know this is going to be a fail. There's only been, I think, 3 documented God Runs of this game ever. Mine, and then D-Tysonator has 2. But I love God Runs. A perfect game means your active counselor can't take any damage. Inactive counselors can't take any damage, so once Jason starts attacking someone, you have to swap to them before the clock hits 40, and no kids can die. So basically, Jason attacks, and you can't pick up, well, perfect game, you can pick up items. But basically, Jason attacks Crystal Lake, and you don't have to get out a Band-Aid. Basically, yeah, perfect game, it's perfect, no one gets hit. And yeah, perfect games I can... After I grinded out the God run, I think when I was hitting probably about 60% of the attempts when I was doing perfect games, because I did a perfect game on Cheeseball, one of Cheeseball's charity streams. I got a one-hitter, unfortunately, but still, a one-hitter in a marathon is very good. Now, in this, we are not going to we're not going to use the counselor selector. This is too much. So let's see. Kind of figure out where Jason could be. So if he's on the forest route, he'll instantly attack George. If he attacks Paul, he started in the top right. Otherwise, it's going to be a little while before he gets to Noodles. Yeah, with these, I mean, I could try to do it the cheap way. That would take about 1.5 years. Just waiting, trying to avoid zombies and waiting for him to attack cabins. But to me, the fun part is chasing him around. Getting the rocks and just following Jason everywhere he goes, pelting him with rocks, and then letting him run away like a coward. Okay, so he started at the top right. That's actually really nice. So we're gonna... I mean, odds are, if... My goal on these, I know odds are I'm not gonna complete another God run just at random like this. I do get 2 shots on a challenge combination on the wheel. So when I fail this one, we'll get 1 more crack at it. But... yeah, if I could get a second one at random like this, that would be incredible. So now we'll wait for Jason right here. That was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now he's gonna attack right away when we come up here. That was only 2, 3. I missed that. So you can't really follow him from cabin to cabin on the left. He moves too quickly, but you can wait over here between trees 3 and 4. I don't like to do, I won't go into cabins when I'm doing this unless I absolutely have to. Uh-oh. I got baited. That was pathetic. Because if you go into cabins, that changes the day and night cycle, and the zombies should be a bigger threat than Jason. But then I do things like that, and I jump too early, and then either I land and get hit with an axe, or I try to clear his shoulder, and I bump into him anyway. So we're gonna try this again. This is second attempt. That was pathetic. Didn't even make it close. I just like to get out of day 1. That's always my goal in these. Yes, D-Tysonator, I don't remember who he did with his. It was... yeah, you can only do hitless path fights with Mark and Crissy, at least reliably. Like, I've done on day 1, I've done a 1 hitless path fight here and there with a slow counselor. But a lot of it is just, you need to hope Jason does the right thing and then backs away so you've got enough time to get the 7 hits in before he runs off. But yeah, you have to use Crissy or Mark. Alright, so now we'll go this way. We'll wait here between these 2 trees because Jason's in that large cabin. Sometimes you also run into zombies, like jumping into a zombie when the screen stops. I've had a couple God run attempts die that way. Now we start running to the left, and the 4th tree, he'll attack again. Like the screen stops, a zombie, I've got my momentum, and then I just land on a zombie. Should not have done that second throw, that was way too aggressive. Yeah, I've got a couple hitless ones with Paul, but those are just, it's more That's like 95% luck. Oh, oh great, that's, so we're gonna be at our third cabin entry of the day already by the time he gets to the kids, which is not good. This gets a lot worse when you start having to deal with multiple zombies. Jason probably prefers the people, I'm guessing, versus the rocks. Wait. I was gonna say, I almost skipped this path fight. And then when I ran back up like that, that was incredibly dangerous. On day 2 and 3, it's a little more important to have a zombie on the screen to tell you where when Jason's coming up so you can get prepared. Day 1, he usually moves slow enough where that's not that big of an issue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we run forward a little bit and he pops up again. Now on this one, we want to end the fight on the right side of the screen. Because if we go quick enough, we'll be able to catch him one more time before he goes into the lake route. Zip right here. I like to wait about a little bit to the left of the halfway point on the screen, just so I've got a little more time to react. And now we take this and we just run right to the dock. Forgot how much I loved these god runs. Thank you, Wheel, even though this is going to be a big old fail. Alright, so now during the day, there's not enough time to buddy crow. So I go 1, 2, 3, then we stop. 1, 2, 3, and then we stop. Uh-oh. But if you're right on his tail, you should get there before that 43 seconds. So yeah, I try to avoid going into cabins on this just because the only way to get it back to day is to finish, like, you have to get day 1 and then day 2 starts at daytime. So really, once we get to dusk for that day, we're stuck. And he's still got a lot of health left, and we're already 3 into this. Let's see, where was he? He was on the forest route. I mean, the cave route, so he's on the forest now. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. And the reason I always use Crissy over Mark here is Mark gets going so fast in the boat that it's just asking for trouble. If he goes too fast, you can't stop, and you end up plowing into a zombie. One of the many reasons Crissy is better than Mark. Because Mark can row fast, but he has a terrible throwing arm. Crissy's got a great throwing arm, and she rows slow. Alright, I don't know if we caught him going out of the forest or leaving the cabin. Because he'll move to the left when he leaves the south forest to attack if someone's in the cabin there. And we know someone is in the cabin because we got a buzzer. And now this means we only have one more cabin entry after this before it hits dusk. And he's not even half dead yet. So the zombies are going to become a much bigger problem than Jason at this point. Yeah, they probably eat a lot of ice cream here. And Paul is right there, so unfortunately, unless Paul moves... Well, even if Paul moves, Mark would move right into his place. I gotta remember, there's a double fight right over here, I think. Yep. Thankfully, if I went a little bit further to the left, you don't want to be running to the right when Jason appears, because if you're running to the right, he can stop and launch an axe at you, and that really minimizes how much time you have to react. Yep, so after Paul here, we're going to be dealing with 2 zombies, and that's going to make it a lot harder to actually chase Jason down, because there's 2 zombies on the screen now instead of 1. And sometimes you jump over one and the other one spawns while you're in midair and you just land on top of that zombie. And I know I had kind of practiced a method when I mean, it's been over a year since I actually did my God Run grind. So I can't exactly remember how I got around it, and unfortunately missed the... Now, once we get to dusk, now I don't care about empty cabin fights. If Jason is in a cabin and I'm going by, now that we don't worry about day-night cycles, we're just gonna... We're gonna burn him to the ground. Come out, you coward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, just 4. I probably could have followed him there because we were just 1 hit away. But he at least halfway done on day 1. That's something. I do love fruit punch. I don't think I'd be able to do whiskey, but I would definitely do fruit punch. And unfortunately, because of that cabin fight... Oh, no, we got him! 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 2. That's why you don't want to be running to the right when Jason appears. But I'm gonna do it again. Because you really want to stack up path fights, especially when you don't have to worry about zombies. The problem is going into the lake, I don't want to follow him anymore, because going into the forest, like, I can dodge zombies. What I can't dodge is wolves. Well, I mean, I can, but my success rate at dodging wolves is not as good. So we're gonna chill here. You also don't want to end day 1 right before the kids, or day 1 or day 2. Because if you end a day right before the kids, that means depending on the counselor layout when the next day starts, you might not be in a position to get to the kids quick enough, and if you don't get to the kids by 30 seconds, someone dies. So you got to be really careful with health amounts when you start getting to this point. We're gonna leave him there. Should get 1 more, and then he'll attack the kids, and I think we'll get our fight to the death in the kids' cabin, or the one fight. No, I think it'll be the fight after after he attacks the kids. Yep. And now it's night, so we can buddy crow. Hurry up, zombies. Yeah, the wolf howl is such a cool sound effect. Now, normally, again, 43 seconds and 33 seconds, that's when Jason will come across the lake. But with the crow, he's blocked. And we are in a fight to the death. Hey, Honor, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. I'm guessing if Jason's spouse probably would not care very much about it. Well, maybe. I mean, if it's someone like Pamela. And there's that whole thing about kids marrying people like their parents. So maybe Jason marries someone that is big into the murder. Alright, so he's starting day 2 on the forest route. Assuming I get through the rest of day 1. And this is a day 1 cabin fight. Unless I get too aggressive and dodge too early, we should be fine. Alright, we got 19 hits to go. Yeah, they had Bride of Chucky. I think they had Bride of Chucky. 14 to go. 13. 12. 9. 8. 7. 5. 4. 4, 3. There we go. Got through day 1 in a god run. That's always my goal. Oh, congrats on 200 in a row, Brawly. Welcome in, Chillax. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Almost said Monday. All right, so wait. He was just on the forest route. He's on the cave route now. And he's going to be attacking Laura right up there. So here we have to be a little more careful of Jason's approach. Day 2 is actually the hardest path fights because of his changing speeds. Uh-oh. I got too aggressive. I forgot that on god runs, especially like that, or hitless runs, you only do the 2. You never try to get that squeeze that third hit in. It never ends well. But I got the day 2. That's always the goal. Next one. Dead Rising. Don't be Midnight Sun. Let me make it dark. Okay. So Three Stooges, we're gonna pick 3 different counselors to use, and we'll use one of them every day, a different one every day. But I'm just gonna pass the machete to the new counselor. Dead Rising means we have to get a machete by killing zombies, and that is our weapon of choice. Oh, this is a long one too. I remember I've had this one before. And unless you end up with like Mark or Crissy, you kind of get stuck doing all cabin fights. So our first counselor is Mark. Beautiful. Oh wow, it's happening. All right, let's go all the way. Give us Paul. George's fine. Now, there is no set order I have to use these in. Normally, I would just do whatever order it picked, but with Three Stooges, I always was able to pick what order I wanted to do the counselors in. I just usually went by whatever they appeared in, but since it's already getting kind of late here, I think we're gonna start with George. We're gonna get our machete, and then with Crissy and Mark, we can just pass the torch, pass the machete, and then follow Jason on the path fights. Markle Jordan and Crissy Bird. I feel like I use the torch at night quite a bit. I don't know, is there anything else that could kind of differentiate that? Wait. Should probably get a knife for this. Jason. You couldn't wait. Oh, there's a knife. Wait, why am I over here? Oh well. The nice thing about passing the machete on day 2 also is that Mark and Crissy won't be spawning items. Let's grab our vitamin. Alright, Paul. We're gonna kick him out of there, and then we're gonna keep getting our machete. Because the machete is the best possible weapon we can use. Never seen George of the Jungle. Oh, you don't have to work tomorrow. Very nice. Oh, I didn't know Splatterhouse had a time limit. I've never actually played it. I always thought it was a Friday the 13th game, though. Actually, we should probably take George over and start walking him towards the kids. Because day 1 is going to be a very long time. I mean, I guess I could make a run through the forest and try to grab a bunch of vitamins. Like, grabbing a bunch of vitamins could work for, like, following Jason on the path with George and trying to knock out a couple 2 or 3 bar fights. Come on, give me my machete. Rats. Why am I not buddy crowing? Yeah, time is, I guess a lot of it depends on, like, how the rest of it goes. Like, if I have a torch, I can very easily kill Jason before it gets to be midday. Just, well, that's on day 2. On day 1, you need to use almost the entire day-night cycle to get the torch. Like, the only way to get that otherwise is, you basically have to kill off all the other counselors so you get a fight to the death. Yeah, I'm surprised. Hansel and Gretel was so seed dependent, but that was... I do like using the axe. That's something that you rarely see. There's the machete. Uh-oh. Should be a vitamin over here. Yep. Yeah, I was expecting Hansel and Gretel to take a lot longer than it did. But it's like sometimes you get that seed and everything just falls into place. Hardest weapon to get is probably the pitchfork. The axe is just, it's not many people know how to get it. It's in the forest. So you have to be willing to navigate the forest to go into forest cabins to get it. I believe it was I think I used Crissy and Mark, and it had to be in the forest. Like, you could only fight in the forest. So you had a very limited amount of time before Jason killed all the kids, since you couldn't fight him in cabins. So you need, like, a specific start, and you need to be able to get into the forest and get 2 forest fights in one day. Is he even around here? I feel like he should be, and maybe there's no one in the cave loop, or maybe he's not even in the... He does go into the forest cabins. Uh-oh, shouldn't be jumping there. That's one thing I'm not, like, 100%... Like, when I run into him in the forest cabins, it's completely accidental. It's not intentional. Uh-oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Well, there's a vitamin over here. All right. So we got a net 1 vitamin there. He's still taking such little damage. I think I know what I'm gonna do here. I think we're gonna let Jason have a batch of the kids. And while he's doing that, we're gonna go into the forest and we're gonna collect those vitamins. Yeah, Laura's not a very good cook. There's really nothing she does that's worthwhile. Gotta be really careful. I don't wanna downgrade my machete. Oh good, this one's still here. Whoops. Alright, so we're gonna venture into the forest. Eventually. That's supposed to be... Uh-oh. Oh, that was such a bad move. You always leave zombies on the screen at night in the forest. What was I thinking? If you don't do that, then you deal with wolves. That was such a dumb move. I think this one has a knife here, so we're gonna want to be careful. Yep. Oh, shoot, should have got both of them. That's a problem. Oh, good. Somehow the wolf despawned. George, could you please just go a little faster here? If that's Mark or Crissy, then we're kind of in trouble. Actually, we want to go to the left here. Hurry up, George! Your friends are dying. Yeah, this game is will always be one of my favorites. Okay. So unfortunately, my failure with the wolves has lost a couple vitamins. I think there's 2 more in the bottom right. And he is going, unless Debbie moves, he's gonna be attacking Debbie next. Yeah, George doesn't seem like he's that interested. I'm really glad that was just a key. But I think I've still got 2 that I can grab over this way. Unless I got these already. Oh man, did I get these? Nope, there's one. Good, good, good. Whoops. Okay, so that was 3 bars of health there. Because each 3 machetes equals 1 bar, so at least got a little bit of his health down that way. Because cabin fights are only 2. And 3 is a lot better than 2. Yeah, George, your friends are dying. That's basically what he does. That's George in a nutshell. Alright. Gotta watch out for knives. Uh-oh, there's a machete use. I mean, there was a vitamin loss. Nope. So I think that was 2 more. I just lost 2 vitamins in exchange for 3 bars of his health. Nope, that one didn't hit him. Unfortunately, the machete, it's faster than the axe, but it still doesn't fly that well. Oh, perfect! We're actually close now to where we'll get to that fight to the death. Not gonna do it on a path fight, though. A path fight to the death would probably lead to George's death. Okay, so yeah, next fight's definitely a fight to the death. Hopefully we can make it fast enough into this large cabin. And we did. Hey Target, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Now, day 2 and 3 are going to be significantly faster thanks to the random generator making up for the garbage that was last time. Whoops. So we're going to have 24 machetes if my math is right. And then we're just going to have 96 for the rest for the other 2 days. Well, not counting the overflow ones that where you don't get to that 3 hits. All right, 9, 8, 7, nope, 7. 3. That's fine. We're finally out of day 1. Like, Crissy is technically... Wait, no, Mark is closer. Perfect, because Crissy should be our day 3. Crissy is the hero. Right, so... Jason's in the forest route. So hopefully I got here before he did, otherwise he's just going to be attacking the kids. Yep, there we go. 1. Whoops. 2, 3, 2, oh, nope, just 2. 3, 4. 5, 6. Try again. I don't think that counted because once the screen starts to lag like that, I don't believe it registers the hit. Well, it registers, but it won't take away his health. He's already considered gone. And with how slow the machete is, it's really a pain trying to get those extra hits in. Oh, that's good. Always glad to help out. Hope your stream goes well, and hope you have a safe ride home. No bad weather. He definitely does leave a mark on Jason. That cannot be disputed. Alright, let's knock out a couple more quick path fights. Whoops. Got a little too greedy. 3. No problem though, we don't need a vitamin. 5. Whee! 3, 4. 5, 6. Nope. I wonder if Crissy, let's test tomorrow. See if the machete actually flies faster when Crissy's throwing it. Live a little ways from Appleton. I actually grew up there, but we don't live in the area anymore. I do go to Press Start a lot though, the game store in Appleton. That's where I sold my collection to and everything, and always been very happy with Zach. Oh, small world. Oh, not a problem. Thanks for stopping by, Chris. Hope you have a great rest of the night. Yeah, Crissy's throwing arm is so much better than Mark's. Oh, well, at least Mark's fast throwing let us get an extra path fight here. Yeah, trying to think of... I've heard, I don't know anything definitively because we're not in the Appleton School District, but I've heard things have went downhill there a lot, but I don't know how accurate that is. Well, like I always, as a kid, I liked the school district, but I didn't really, well, I should say as in elementary school I did. In high school, well, more so middle school and beyond, I just didn't want to go to school. I wanted to sit at home and do whatever. I effectively wanted to be retired at age 12. I started reading Calvin and Hobbes, and I was like, you know, this is right. School does suck. Though that was never a term Calvin used, but... It's like, I don't like school. And now my oldest daughter is that age, and she's doing the same, like, got the same kind of, she's decided that she doesn't like school either. And like, you know, I can't really blame you for that. I felt the same way when I was your age. Whoops. That was close. Yeah, I don't think he's been in the water that much to help keep the clothes from starting on fire. You'd think they would be able to jump up on top of the cabins, because Jason doesn't jump, so if the counselors can jump, that would be a very easy way to keep yourself safe. Gotta be getting to that fight to the death soon. Whoops. Yeah, this is fight to the death. Yeah, Mark and Crissy would definitely give Mario a run for his money in terms of jump height. Big jump. I actually have no idea how many hits he has left. I wasn't really paying attention other than I got beyond 7. I'm like, okay, he's in fight to the death territory. Now we actually got to be careful. No more goofing around. There we go. Super Mark and Crissy Brothers. I'd play that game. All right, Crissy is there. Why are you all the way over here, Mark? Wait. We're just gonna run Crissy over. I don't need to take the machete to Mark. Thanks for the jump scare fun. That was really good timing. We can bring Crissy to the machete. Actually, I think that's how I should be doing it. I should be switching the counselor right away. Now is my favorite part. Day 3 path fights. Not cabin fights though. Cabin fights are kind of a snore. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think if I jumped out of a 20-foot helicopter, I'd probably break something. Not probably, I would. I have faith in my ability to break my legs. All right, so George is in the worst cabin. One, 2, eat flakes for now. The Wilford Brimley ROM hack was so cool. Yeah, I try to keep things PG. For the kids. Never played play-action football, but I played a lot of RBI baseball. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try something here. I'm not going for path fights, but let's see if we can sneak in and get cabin fights. Usually I don't do it this way, but if you're really quick on your timing, you can catch him before he like pops in and out of these cabins. And after this, he should be heading over to attack George unless George is moved, or whoever it was in that cabin. Played a lot of bases loaded. Normal, just standard baseball, we played that a lot. My favorite baseball game was always, what's it called? Cyber Stadium Series Base Wars. Loved Base Wars. Was Nolan Ryan on the Mets and RBI baseball, or was he on the Rangers? I just remember being irrationally mad that he had an ERA of like 3.14. Even though that's pretty good. But I was a huge Nolan Ryan fan as well. He was always my favorite baseball player as a kid. I had like 160 some Nolan Ryan cards. Was at a friend's house and his dad had a box of baseball cards, and we found 2 really good condition Nolan Ryan rookie cards just in a random shoebox. So I ran home to get my baseball card price guide, and they were worth like 1,800 bucks a piece. He's on the Angels in that. Okay, I'm thinking way off. Ken Griffey Jr. baseball was awesome. My dad and I were actually just talking about that game last weekend. Because he always used to like having the guys to run into the outfield wall and fall over. I understand why, like, all the actual player names weren't in there. But that was always so, like, I'd spend so much time looking at my baseball cards to get the right stats and make sure everyone had their right name and everything. And then the backup battery on the game would die and they'd all go back to the wrong names. It's like, I just want everyone to have their right name, and that took so long. It's like, is this person Omar Vizquel? Is this Joey Cora? Oh, Little League World Series was a lot of fun, too. And there was a That was the one where it was all... Yeah, obviously that was the one with all the kids. I was like, am I mixing up... Did Baseball Stars, was that all kids too? Okay, I was gonna say, where is he? 1. Whoops, oh, he's really mad. 2. 3. 4. Oh, he was on the Astros, okay. I know he played for the Rangers at some point, but it definitely wasn't, obviously it was after that. I think he was on the Rangers in Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball, which was well after RBI. That was 1. Uh-oh. How did I avoid that? 2. Hey, Guillotine, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Monday. It's Wednesday. Biscuits. Is that a... Oh, that's a great Super Macho Man emote. There's like guillotine, not guillotine. Never really had issues with Super Macho Man as a kid. If I could ever beat Soda Popinski, then I could usually get through Sandman and usually Super Macho Man, but Soda Popinski was like my kryptonite. Like, I used to do entire like 162 game seasons of Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball, and then at the end of the season I'd write down all the stats, and then I'd do another season and I'd compare the stats between the two. I also did that with Tecmo Super Bowl. And Tecmo Basketball. Yeah, that was always my issue with Soda Popinski. He had that punch delay, and I knew the punch delay was coming, but I'd still always be like, okay, I know I've waited long enough, and I never waited long enough. I always still got hit with the punch delay. I just jumped right into Jason. That's a Jason hug. That's 7 bars of damage. Can't have that. Okay, I was gonna say, isn't he gonna be running away soon? We're getting close. Yeah, Vodka Drunkinski. Even though they couldn't name him that here. Piston Honda 2 was annoying. I didn't like Don 2 either. And Bald Bull 2, you could only knock him down with the bull charge or an uppercut. Or a star punch is what I used to call him. I really need to... I think it was like the 3rd bounce when you punch Bald Bull in the stomach during the bull charge. But I'd always get so paranoid, so if I had the lead in knockdowns, I would just sit there and dodge the bull charge for the rest of the round. But I don't even know if it's... Isn't the split decision by points, not by how many times you've knocked the other one down? Oh, that was the arcade name, okay. I need a zombie, thank you. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hi, Mark. 4, 5. I think we've got this, and then the next one, I think, will be our fight to the death. And if this one isn't, then it's the one after. 2, 3, 4, 5. The moment of truth. Okay, so we should have like 17 hits to go, I think. 15, 14, 13. Yeah, a lot of games like this, I wonder if they could do 7 characters instead of 6. I wonder if Crissy's name would have had the H in it. But I know I was really gunning to name our youngest daughter Christina. And I wanted to call her Crissy, spelled C-R with no H, because of this game. And that did not go through. I was also shooting for Maya Faye, spelled F-A-Y-E, instead of F-E-Y, because Maya Faye is my favorite Ace Attorney character. Alright, so aside from that God run, did complete all the challenges, and I never expect to complete a God run. God runs, I always assume, are going to be a fail, but I did get through to day 2, even if it was a pretty instant death after that. Yeah, I think we will end up calling it here, though. Because I gotta get up at 4:30 for work tomorrow. Thanks for the GG's, Kyoto. Thanks for the GG's, Brawly. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out tonight, everyone. I hope you all have a great night. Stay safe. Get a good night's sleep. Thanks for the GG's fun, Jacob. I will not be on tomorrow night. Thanks for the GG's case. My wife has been a rock star with me streaming more. And I feel like she's kind of getting a little burnt out with nighttime stuff. So I told her, hey, tomorrow night, I'm not going to stream. I'm going to... Once we're gonna eat dinner, and then I'm sending her to her room with the dogs and a book and the TV, and she's gonna get the night off. But I should hopefully be back on Friday then with hopefully double rando, A Link to the Past, and Mega Man X Route Matrix. So we'll hopefully be doing that on Friday. Thanks for the GG's, Dimension X, Zero. Yeah, we'll not be here tomorrow night. My wife has very much earned a free night. She says it's not really difficult, but there's a lot of other things. I think it's more of our youngest daughter with physical therapy. They're worried her arm is not gonna, she's got to wear a splint to sleep to straighten out her arm, because she's still not recovered from when she busted up her elbow play at gymnastics. But yeah, hopefully, well, definitely should be back on Friday. I'll update my Discord with anything if, we won't be around on Friday. There's every once in a while it pops up the Discord link. I'll, grab that here in case anybody feels like joining that. So that's where there'll be stream updates and stuff. But yeah, thanks again, everyone. Gonna get ready for bed here, and we will hopefully see you next time. And for those of you on Twitch, we're